This video is for the installation and assembly of the concrete pour kit. Now let me show you the pour kit ring. In this ring, you have 4 bolts. These bolts are applied to hold the TDB ring at its correct height. The pour kit needs to be set at grade level. At this time, you will insert the rebar into the bottom holes of the pour kit. The rebar is not furnished by Techlight. Once the pour kit is in place, you will attach it to the surrounding rebar. Once this is set into place, you'll take your bucket. Now make sure it's oriented correctly to the conduit. And once again, you'll set the bucket in place. Then tie the rigid conduit into the bottom of the bucket. Now the TDB fixture should be set flush with the top of the pour kit. Once this is completed, pour your concrete to the level of the pour kit. Now you want to view the bottom of the bucket. Make sure the cavity between the bucket side, the ballast side, and the junction way was poured. You have 2 screws or caps. Then close your conduit holes. Then you'll have a brass insert that is for attaching an anti-flotation device. Rotate the bucket looking for any hairline cracks or chips missing. You will want to look at the top of the bucket again, making sure there are no missing chunks or cracks. Showing you with this cutaway version. For clarity, on the inside of the bucket, here you have the junction side. This is where your conduit will come in to create your wire connection. You will place the cavity cover on this side. This is the connector you attach to your ballast. Now once again, look down in these areas. The bottom of the TDB bucket acts as a junction box. Now you can wire the junction box a couple of different ways. You can bring wire directly into the junction box and leave the other plug closed. Or you can do a pass-through, bringing wire in one side of the junction box and out the other side. Now what you need to do to use just one of these, you go ahead and open it up. Put your conduit in and get your proper seal. The other will need to be pulled out. Then you will apply the Teflon tape. Then seal the junction box back up. In this sample, we will have flexible conduit out of one side. On the other side, we'll just plug the hole. I'm taking the Teflon tape and putting it back on the plug we're not using. Once you have your conduit secured properly, you'll then place the bucket into the barrel kit, or the hole you have excavated. Once the bucket is placed in the correct location, then we'll take the putty strips that come with your package. Then you'll roll them into snakes and loop them into donuts. Then slide them down the wire inside the bucket and down to the conduit opening. You will then take your tamping rod and tamp the putty down into the conduit opening. This works as a barrier to stop the 3M compound from running out while it is still viscous. And the putty also serves as a secondary moisture barrier. Once you have your putty in place and your wires are correctly sealed, then you will go ahead and make your connections. From the junction cavity side to the bucket side, using the silicone wire nuts. Pushing your wire nut down into the putty, you will then smash the conduit from side 1 into side 2. Then you will grab both sides of the bag, opening the bag up. Then read the directions on how to mix the compound. When you have the 3M compound mixed, then you'll remove the corner of the packet. Once you have the packet mixed properly, you will then pour the content of the packet down into the cavity. The idea is to have enough gel pack to cover the putty. Allow 2 hours for the 3M solution to cure before going on to the next step. We will now go in and apply the junction cover. When putting the half-moon cover over the wires, remember to smear the edges with silicone before you seal the half-moon cover. Now once we've completed snugging down the junction cover, now we will go back and add the MRC compound. This is a drying agent. You will apply it to the bottom of the bucket, making sure that it's all spread around. At this time, we're ready to install the ballast tray. To prevent any accidents, be sure your electrical power is off. You'll find a notch in the tray to let the power cord pass. Now that all the screws are secure, it's time to install the ballast tray. This is the power supply. It has a 4-prong plug that will plug in on this side. The other side has a 3-prong plug for driving the lamp. The 4-prong plug plugs into one side. The other side is for the socket assembly. Please notice the flat pieces on the socket plug. Take the socket assembly, compress it and slide it down in, then rotate it the proper direction. Now at this time we need to stop to get all the moisture out of the bucket. There's a couple of ways to achieve this. Number 1, you can use a residential blow dryer. Number 2, you can use a heat gun. The best method we've found is to turn on the bucket for at least an hour. This will dry up all the moisture. Once you have removed all the moisture, it's time to install the reflector assembly. Apply the silicone lubricant. You apply an even amount of the silicone lubricant to each side of the gasket. Your kit comes with 3 tubes of silicone lubricant. Once you have the silicone applied, you must go back and smear it in. The silicone will act as a secondary shield to keep all the moisture out. Clean both sides of the lens prior to assembly. This happens to be a walkover lens, which the high side of the glass is facing up. And when we install our ring, the ring flushes out with the glass. You'll have to follow the tightening pattern that comes with your installation directions. It's very important not to use an electric power tool to tighten down the lens cover. For any more questions, please refer back to your installation directions. You should now have a completed TDB bucket.